Hi, my name's Carly. I have three things to say and a lot to say about them. So I'm just gonna get started. First, my first item for my cultural bag is The Wizard of Oz. This represents my love of reading. Whenever I had a question about the world, I would go out and seek answers in books when I was younger. I still love reading, and adversely that was exemplified in a level of autodidacticism, so self-learning from the books that I read. So I learned a lot through books, and that was my resource. So when that was my item for my cultural bag, not only is it one of my favorite books, period, but it tied a lot in with the reading from Lucas and Villegas, where they're talking about the value of linguistic diversity. And the reason that I connected those is because I think that it's important for us to be able to encourage students to learn outside of the classroom. So my goal as an educator is to be teaching and working with students so that they know how to learn, not what to learn, so that they can go forth outside of the walls of the classroom and still be learning. And that's that autodidacticism piece that I connected with personally. It might not be books for the students, but being able to reach out into the world beyond and learn from the world around them as well. And that tied in with the reading because that section talks about encouraging students to continue to develop literacy skills in their home language and advocating for language development supports for ESLs. So encouraging students to go out into the world, teaching them how to learn, not what to learn. So professionally, that's how I shape a lot of how I teach. Second, my items are my college degrees. So this is my master's, and then my 2 bachelors are in here. And so those personally represent me being a first-generation student and the blind struggle that I had in creating my path through my education because I was the first to pave it in my family. And I tied that in with the reading in that the piece from Lucas and Villegas where they're talking about inclination to advocate for ELL students. I not only aim to advocate for ELLs, but all students in general, primarily first generation students, because I know what it's like to not have that college knowledge, not have those supports, not have that knowledge that comes with having parents that went to college before you. You're blindly paving this way. And you have to reach out into the world to get these resources. And I hope to be that resource, to advocate for those students, to advocate for ELLs, to make sure that I'm fully supporting them holistically. So I'm reaching out on campus. I work at Western, so I reach out on campus and I make connections with other offices so that my students are supported in all aspects of their learning. So I reach out to like MSSP and SAP, and I work closely with those other areas so that these students are connected and advocated for and supported not only academically but personally as well. So that represented me as a first gen, but also advocating for student populations in general. So my last item, which is my most favorite, and I was really excited about sharing it, is called a SPUA. So this represents me. It's really long, it's really thin. This represents me culturally because this is a spatula, a Norwegian spatula that is used to create lefse. And my father and my grandmother actually made this for me. And my grandma taught me how to make lefse from scratch with a recipe that was her great-great-grandma's. So this represents me culturally, and in connection with what we were reading professionally, I think of sociolinguistic consciousness, right? Being aware of the fact that everybody has a story, everybody has a set of values and traditions, and they enter this classroom regardless of whether they're ELL, but in the mindset of ELLs, right? They come with this story, and they need to be able to express that story. They need to be able to ensure that their identity is supported. So when I was reading Villegas and Lucas, I connected with the statement that said, professionals understand that students cannot simply leave their home language and dialects behind as they develop facility with the languages of schools. So I think that it's important that we as educators are always tying in their story, their background, their values into how we teach in the classroom in general. So that's my bag. Thank you.